Alright, everyone, we are back with the next episode of V Raiders Rambles, and this is gonna be big. I am Jolt, your chief host of the show, and as always, I'm joined by my fantastic co-host, Avira.
No, you're fantastic. Man, yeah, this week has been pretty crazy. Can't wait to get into this.
Oh, I know. So much happened, and we just hit 11 on the scale. Damn right. So, next on the show, we have Noble.
Morning, everyone.
Have you? Next on the show, we have Maligos.
Hey there.
Good to have you back again.
Likewise.
And next on the panel, we have Stifer.
Hello again.
Oh, fantastic. So, I would like to begin by showcasing to you the seasonal Raiders Rambles artwork because we have just got new art come in. Now, what I've done with the cropping does, shamefully, I'll say it does the entire picture no justice, but here you go.
So cool. See, at
There
first
is
when I
the
saw this, I thought we were like in some kind of war room, like planning our next move for like battles. And then I realized that it was actually like sound effects.
Joel, bomb them here. Oh, wait, sound effects.
Yeah.
Now,
Send in the
hit the
tanks in this
nuke button. Nuke button. Dirt.
To be honest, it's kind of giving me Star Trek vibes.
I mean, here's the thing. The artist who did this, who is in-house in the Furry Raiders, give them a great round of applause. The Naughty Coyote,
Yay!
aka Smart White Fang. He asked me what I wanted from this, and he came up with, let's do a cyberpunk aesthetic. And, this is what we got.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
cool.
So, yeah. You can see
I
there's a
like the-
couple good references here and there, too. Especially look at the treasure chest at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it because I'm such a treasure? Cheers. Little
And-
flag thing on the wall.
Yeah. And yeah. And then there's us, and of course. Yeah, this will be up and available for you to the wallpaper will be available for you very soon. So voila.
Very nice. And you did a good job
It
with
is-
the letters too.
Indeed, yeah. Like I'll tell you this though, selecting a font is never the easiest part because gosh. Looking for sci-fi fonts. Cyberpunk fonts. Oh yeah. Something that just has to work. Alright. So I know you can't wait to dig in, and neither can I. And as our first topic though, just to read a live comment from Inu. Wow. The name of this podcast. Ah yes. It is to tie in with the first topic. And I figured as a reference though, Dr. Seuss. Your books may have been gone, but you will always be here. And one of the books that were banned was If I Ran the Zoo. Therefore, if I ran the podcast, well,
Well,
Yeah.
you do. But yeah. So unfortunately, for those of you who don't know this or live under a rock, March 2nd was Dr. Seuss's birthday, and guess how it was celebrated?
By schools going woke.
By totally slighting him. Oh boy.
I'm shocked.
But
Yeah.
can they give us example of what these racist images look like?
I didn't know.
So unfortunately, it didn't start. Well, it didn't stop here. So 6 books originally were banned. I believe it was in Virginia. Like one school, some woke tard got all offended because of fictional characters in a children's book, and so they banned him, or they banned the books rather.
I mean, Banning
Oh, but
books
it gets
is never.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just to say that. I mean, the banning the books is a bad start. First of all, because you should never ban books, no matter how offensive they might sound, because it's actually a slippery slope towards full-on censorship.
Oh yeah. Well, it didn't exactly, and it doesn't stop there either. See, first it was one school, and then the organization that owns Dr. Seuss name on on March 2nd, they decided to make a public announcement that they're no longer even printing these books anymore. The next day, eBay decided to ban people from even buying them because the prices were going up and everyone wanted them because, they were banned.
Scalpers.
Oh, and
Yeah.
then,
Like,
and
so
then,
let's have a look. Let's have a read.
oh
Which were the
god, yeah,
six
sorry,
books
I'll get into it.
that got banned? Yeah, we're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead. I know, but so
Oh, yeah,
and
sorry.
to think I saw it on Mulberry Street, and if I ran the zoo, there's still some more. The other books affected: McElligot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, and The Cat's Quizzer.
What, I don't, this is so sad. So let's see, in the article it says the decision to cease publication and sales of the books does it say last year after months of discussion? What? Wait a minute. This decision was not made last year. It was made less than a week ago.
They're probably doing it to make everyone think that they're on top of the racism.
Oh, probably, yeah. That's got to be a lie. There's no way they were doing this for a year. Come on. And then
Yeah.
They're just
so
suddenly jumping
happened-
on the bandwagon that Disney had with blocking kids from seeing the racist
Peter
imagery from their
Pan
shows.
and the
Yeah.
Muppets and all that good stuff.
Yep.
That went well, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe this for a second. And the fact that they had to say this on Dr. Seuss Day, I mean, that is just a middle finger
Yep.
to the world. That's just
You know,
terrible.
I could understand if the people who currently own the copyright were to turn around and release, I don't know, something explaining why it's racist, why it's wrong. But to just outright ban it, well, you're going to make a shit ton of people very wealthy.
Yup. Well, yeah, they tried to explain why in certain, but there's no reason. Oh, because 80 years ago he depicted a caricature of a Chinese guy. I mean, what?
Yeah,
Huh?
what other country? What other groups did that? Gee, everybody.
Yeah, I know. And it was just goofy. It was, a Chinese boy. I think the line was he eats with sticks or something. I think she was trying to rhyme with sticks. I'm like, okay, Chinese people in most Asian countries eat with chopsticks. I mean, how is that a negative stereo? I don't know. I don't know. I really fail to understand woke culture.
All right. 1 second though, before we continue though, since this is the month of birthdays, and I know this is Dr. Seuss's birthday, we've got some birthdays happening from our listeners very soon. Dooney says, "Tomorrow's my birthday, March 6th."
Hey, nice.
Happy
And-
birthday.
Happy birthday today, because it's 6th of March for me now.
Yeah,
From
okay.
King is, hello everyone, it was my birthday 6 days ago, so that must mean the end of February or the 1st of March.
Oh, nice.
But if you were actually born on this Feb 29th, then that would be a confusing story.
Oh yeah, leap birthdays. That could be fun.
Yeah, like you'd have to say, oh, your birthday would have to be on March 1 because 29th is
Or if you're 18 and they ask you, well, how old are you? And you're like, oh, I'm 3 or I'm 4. You'll be like, huh?
It's because I was born on February 29th.
Yeah.
Gosh and golly, yeah. All right, here's the next interesting little part. the National Education Association, which founded Read Across America Day 1998 and deliberately aligned with Dr. Seuss, Geisel's birthday, books by Dr. Seuss, has for several years de-emphasized Seuss and encouraged a more diverse reading list for children. Well, pack it in, guys. This was all a plot to ban Dr. Seuss.
Yes. I always thought that like Dr. Seuss was one of those uncancelable things because he's just so wholesome. I mean, what kid has not read a Dr. Seuss book ever?
Mm.
I mean, at least once, right? Probably.
Oh yeah. See, I used to have quite a few of them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just goes to show nothing that people enjoy is sacred these days. It's just nah. If one person gets offended, everyone has to be offended.
Speaking of that Read Across America, wasn't the First Lady Michelle Obama reading The Cat in the Hat to a bunch of school kids, and she was literally dancing with the character?
Yeah, that was before.
Mm.
Now
Yeah.
everything is offensive.
And now it makes her a
One of the-
racist.
Right. One of the things that Michelle Obama said was you can learn something along the lines of like you can learn everything about politics from Dr. Seuss, and I read it to my kids all the time. Or is that racism's now? My goodness.
All right. So here's another little question for you in the live comments. Final Nerd says, "I hope the meal of eggs and ham isn't racist."
Racist against vegans.
There are going to be people who are going to make that out to be the absolute worst thing ever now.
Oh yeah, who's gonna find even the stupidest thing they could possibly say? But no, it's definitely this. It's symbolism for this on that or the other.
They'll probably say it's symbolism for black people for some psychotic reason.
Yeah.
But seriously, though, what was the original analogy of green eggs and ham? Why not explain that instead of having a long story or trying to make up shit?
I think it was Sam I Am was like, I don't know, trying to get you to try new things. I guess that's the gist of it. And hey, maybe you don't know until you try it. And then if you like it or not, okay. I guess that's the whole point.
Kind of like being a furry.
Say that.
Well, you never know.
Oh, that's something. Does that mean they're also going to ban the Cat in the Hat movie then?
Oh god.
Now, don't forget, there are a couple of Grinch movies that are Dr. Seuss.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about the one with Michael Myers. That didn't exist. Oh god, the flashback. No.
Dirty hoe.
That was so messed up. What the hell was that? That acid trip of a movie. Holy crap.
That was Hollywood.
I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
To be fair, they did get the design of like his whole world pretty good.
Yeah.
Like all the weird colors and trees and stuff, but everything else, whatever.
All right. So the next part of the Dr. Seuss story continues because eBay has, like you said earlier, eBay's decided to step in and remove the listings of the Dr. Seuss books that the author's estate pulled due to the racist imagery. Now, I went on just before that happened. I went on eBay Australia to have a look at it, and like I said, the prices have skyrocketed to astronomical amounts. Like I saw one book being sold at $100, and people were still bidding on them.
Damn.
Yeah, one of the banned books. Like if I ran a zoo.
Rule number one: never ban books, no matter how offensive they are. Never ban books.
Well, you know what book is not banned from eBay or Amazon?
Mein
Kampf. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on there. I guess that's
Yeah,
not super offensive.
and surprisingly, even in Germany, it's not banned. So, but like, that's the whole point about books. Like, no matter how, even if they're wrong, like there's the Communist Manifesto. You know, you and me that it's just a bullshit book. But I would never ban it because, you need to sort of understand when you read these books. It basically, even from a bad book, you could learn something. That's why books should never be banned, and they should never be
Oh, yeah,
be
no.
destroyed. Because who actually destroyed books? The Nazis did.
That is correct. Well, not only are they banning some of his books now, but they're trying to cancel him completely. You're not allowed to buy or sell them. But now, Disney, that Seuss landing in is it Disney World or Universal Studios? I think it's
I
Disney.
think it's Universal.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, I was there once. But yeah, now they're discussing possibly getting rid of some of the exhibits there, or like the rides. I think they have like
because a ride is racist.
Yeah, I think they have like one of those I ran the zoo like elephant rides or something. They might want to get rid of that.
What fascinates me about eBay at the moment
What?
is that they actually pulled the stunt of banning these Dr. Seuss books from being sold.
Yeah, just from selling them even.
Now,
well, yeah.
This isn't like Facebook where you can't post news or something or conspiracy theories. The point of eBay is to sell things, for individuals to sell things or for businesses to sell things. And with the way if they continue on this path, at some point there's probably going to be 2 or 3 other websites that crop up, and eBay could just basically crash and burn.
Yeah.
If they continue on this path. It's not someone selling I can understand selling human limbs, drugs,
yeah, okay.
but
right.
to ban the idea of selling a book on that site just because it's a little racy.
It's crazy. I get the company itself that owns the Dr. Seuss name. If they want to stop printing it, I mean, I guess that's their right to do that. But to not allow the ordinary person to even buy or sell them by themselves, that's some weird territory right there.
Yeah, soon enough you have to buy books on the black market.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like the old days, huh?
Oh,
And
that's scary.
self-publication.
Man, that's
Or you ever see that
messed
movie?
up.
You ever actually? Did you either read the book or see the movie called Fahrenheit 451?
Oh yeah, I mean I haven't seen the movie, but
I've heard of it.
I've read the book. And I know what
that's
you
where we're
mean.
heading.
But like I said, the books, no matter how offensive, how wrong they are, they should never be banned.
I agree.
But continuing on with what was being said before, this banning these books isn't exactly the worst thing to do. It's more trying to focus on stopping everyone else from being able to, read it. That's when it becomes problematic.
That's when it becomes Fahrenheit 451.
Well, yeah, because it's fair enough if you don't want children in schools forced to be exposed to it, but when you try to take it away from everyone's life, even people who used to read that as a kid and a fully grown adult, they know what's right and what's wrong. But no, you can't have a book now. Then it hits a massive issue.
Exactly, and I don't think anyone is actually offended by this. It's probably that cringe friends, Twitter crowd.
Here's the thing: if I ran the zoo, had depictions of Asian people, and as one myself, I'm like, not read it.
Now, as a continuation from that, if it had a bunch of Asian people getting the shit beaten out of them and racial slurs being thrown, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, but that's not Dr. Seuss, though. I mean, come on.
Exactly. It's just his books are just a bit of fun for kids.
Like you said, wholesome. Yeah. All right. So we still got one more bit of the Dr. Seuss story, one last one. Universal Studios is evaluating the Dr. Seuss themed attractions.
Oh, that's right. It was Universal. Okay. I was like, why do you think Disney? I don't know.
Probably because I believe the Cat in the Hat movie and all that was published by Universal.
Still, again,
I mean,
now that those books are banned, they said this because some of those cancelled books were referenced. Like if I ran the zoo and to think I saw on Mulberry Street,
Oh wow!
was referenced on the theme
So
park.
it's just a name, so you can no longer have a ride associated with it now.
Exactly, because of probably some one drawing on one page. They have to take down rides, apparently. I mean, this is getting weird.
No, I could see this actually getting even worse by them trying to remove all evidence that they ever had the rides.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
That's the next step, yeah.
Well, it's like 'cause they're taking it a bit far. Like, it's one thing to ban books from school, then they up it by banning people from having the book, but then they literally try to cancel and censor anything to do with a reference to Dr. Seuss. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, communists used to do that. Like under Stalin, they would airbrush people who they canceled out of like photographs. It's really spooky. So we get the best of both
What's happening with Dr.
worlds.
Seuss?
All right, here's the
Like
thing.
a
Here's what they've said about the theme park at the moment. They said Seuss Landing continues to be very popular with our guests, and we value our relationship with Seuss Enterprises. We've removed the books from our shelves that they have asked, and we'll be evaluating our in-park experience too. But our guests can plan on continuing to be able to enjoy their favorite experiences at Seuss Landing.
That's awful.
I mean, it's such a shame that I didn't get to see. I went to Universal Studios once. I just didn't get to see the Dr. Seuss thingy. So,
Oh, it's
that
pretty.
part
It's
of
pretty
it.
cool. It's a really
Anyone
wild place.
I'm guessing anyone who went in there and secretly recorded on their with their camera, with a hidden camera, those videos are probably going to get highly watched after this gets taken down.
Yeah, like entering Mulberry Street.
Oh, no swearing.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Mulberry Street, that was that like his breakthrough book, like the first one he made for kids, or was that the zoo one? It was one of those two. I think it was the Mulberry one.
Okay.
It was like his first, breakthrough children's book. I mean, what's wrong with it? Seriously, what is wrong with it? I don't know.
Yeah, right. I wonder. Anyway, so I guess that's that though. What do you? I know we've said what you need to think though, but what do you think? You still gonna try and get your hands on the Dr. Seuss books? You're gonna go to the black market and try and buy those books with bitcoins?
Well, I'll be honest. If I come across a Dr. Seuss book in a op shop, I'm most likely going to purchase it, unless if it's in a horrible condition.
Like, I mean, I just got the pointer that you should probably try and look at one of the charities, like the Salvation Army, for them.
Well, yeah, all the last places that people would think, oh well, this place will have a book. Let's contact them and get them to take it off the shelves. There'll be some places that you'll find that they won't know what's
like
going
one
on.
of those, those boutique ones, those collectors.
Are they going to be like purged from all the libraries and schools across, I guess, the world? I mean, this is weird. I do have a couple Dr. Seuss books, and like, I don't know, from way back in the day. I think they're like in the basement somewhere. They're all like in crappy condition, but I don't think I have any of the bad ones. I don't know. I might. I don't even know. It's something that you don't even think about. I think I gave them to my little cousin. I don't remember.
Welcome to 2021.
Yay!
All right. So next item on the show. Next item on the show is this is a fantastic one. So it's been a long journey with Pokemon. Happy 25th anniversary.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's just give you a bit backstory. I first came aware of Pokemon in 1998 when I moved to Australia, and all the and morning TV shows were all the rage, and all the kids at school were talking about it, talking about the Pokemon they have on their Game Boys, watching the TV show, and all that. And then I guess that's where my love for it came. I mean, I never really had much in the way of Nintendo consoles. I used emulators instead, but yeah.
So I've always because I was only born in '99. I'm 21. So Pokemon is older than I am, and for as far as I have any memory, I've always been playing Pokemon. All the way for I think it was Ruby and Sapphire I started with, and I've been playing every generation of Pokemon since.
Yeah, my first experience with Pokemon was actually, well, first there was the anime, but I knew about the games, but I did not play them until around 2005 or something. Like when there was an emulator for Game Boy games. Yeah, even that early, like in 2005 for PC. And I first played, I believe, Pokemon Red. And that was my first experience with it. And then I tried Pokemon Yellow, then Pokemon Diamond, which the only Pokemon games that beat was the Gen 1 and Gen 2 ones. And I haven't actually played Pokemon ever since then because I kind of got lost track of it because they started they added more and more Pokemons. And besides, I've also heard there weren't that anything special after the third gen. Like it's mostly the same game,
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I
Um,
never actually played any of the games growing up, but I did watch the show like every single morning before school, like for years, like every day. It was like my favorite show. And what was really popular in my school was actually the card game, which
Oh yes.
none of
yeah.
my friends knew how to play. No one knew how to play this game. But we collected the cards like crazy. I don't I don't know. We have like binders full of them, and we just like collect all the, gotta catch them all, right? We just collect them. But yeah, the game was very confusing. I don't think anyone knew how to play it.
There was, yeah. I actually understand. I actually remember that. Yeah, I remember some kids having those trading cards. Like I never really got into trading cards because my parents thought it was like a waste of money to buy trading cards and all that. But I've never. But I don't think I've ever seen them play the actual game. But they only just owned the trading cards.
Oh, I've seen it. People roll out the pads and everything, so you got the proper layout of where stuff goes, how you play it, and everything. All the proper stat moves and the status conditions.
Yeah, I have like a general idea of how it's supposed to be played, kind of like how they do battles like in the show. Like you have certain Pokemon you choose to like fight each other. But
You might think
I
that
don't know.
the trading card was maybe too complex for children.
I think it definitely. Well, it kind of is, but it is still easy enough for them to just have fun with it. But if they wanted to stick to like the really strict, or this is the proper rules of it, then yeah, kids will get really confused.
So
I mean, maybe because
for myself,
oh yeah.
I was at the age that Pokemon was targeted to as a child. I did maybe 2 or 3 times play the actual game itself with the rules it had. It really wasn't that confusing. So effectively, you take out a Pokemon. If you want to use an attack, you have to put out some what are those
Energy.
things were called? Energies. You had like an effect card that could do stuff. When your Pokemon's knocked out, you can have another one on the field, or It's been a long time. It's like Magic the Gathering. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Trying to
Pokemon.
introduce Magic the Gathering to a 6-year-old is like kind of
Well, I wasn't 6 when I started playing Magic. I think I was around like 10 or 11.
For me, however, with the show, because my state didn't have Channel 10, which is where it was aired in Australia, I didn't get to see it until digital came to be a thing.
Ah.
So I missed out on a lot of the actual first part of the show. However, since they were selling the VHSs and Pokemon was really popular because of the Game Boy games, I went out and I was able to buy the VHS copies.
Oh, wow.
Old fashioned.
Just goes to show you
Yeah.
how old Pokemon is. 25. Oof.
25 long years, and I know I haven't been there for every step of the journey, but I guess I've kept kept an eye out. So yeah. So what's been happening on the 25th anniversary? They've been having a massive party.
oh no.
Yeah, they had like virtual cons and music from Katy Perry and Post Malone.
No, but that's not the There's actually one part of it that's
People just need to stop complaining. I mean, yeah, it's not going to live up to what Switch should be, but the Legends one though, that looks
the
whoa.
Legends one actually looks decent. It's the Diamond remake that people
Right.
shit
So
on.
let's let's start with the Diamond and Pearl remake.
Well, first off, the main criticism of it is the character design of it, which like if you look at the newest one, which is the Sword and Shield, they look like they look like humans, but
Yeah, properly all there and everything.
but
It's
in the
really
Diamond
nice
version,
graphically.
they look like dwarves. Like
Yeah, it's going to Chibi and stuff.
Yeah.
Like-
Chibi.
I mean, didn't they like just poured over the sprites and such and just called it a day?
pretty much what they
Well,
did.
no, because it's just a remaster, basically.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of a remaster, but I guess it's because people expected it to be a full-on remake, like Sword and Shield.
No, Sword and Shield wasn't a remake. Like Omega
No,
Ruby
no,
and
no,
Alpha Sapphire. That's
yeah,
what I was.
they expected to be like Aurus, but I mean, clearly it shows that the plan was for them to do like Legends Arceus, but everyone kept saying, "Oh, Diamond and Pearl, Diamond and Pearl, Diamond and Pearl." So they're throwing something out alongside it because they never usually release two main games at like two different main games. So there's the main Arceus, Legends Arceus, with the remaster of Diamond and Pearl on the side, because it's just going to be near enough a carbon copy of Diamond and Pearl.
Right. I mean, let's have a list. Look back at the remakes and stuff. Step 1: Fire Red and Leaf Green. Game Boy Advance graphics, sprites, and all that. Added more stuff.
The other
made
reason
it
they
over to the
also
modern generation at the time.
the other reason why they released the Leaf Green Fire Red is because the original Game Boy games were not compatible with the Game Boy Advance.
Right.
Yeah, like wait a minute. You couldn't play Red and Green on Game Boy Advance.
No, that's not the point. The point is that you can't trade between the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy games.
Oh, like using the link cable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think people wanted Charizards and stuff.
Mew
Oh,
as
that's
well.
a bummer.
But yeah, again, next one too. Heart Gold Soul Silver on DS. Same, I guess. Yeah, same kind of treatment, but just up to modern scratch. And then you had Omega Ruby. Built on 3DS using 3DS. We've used 3DS models on X and Y, 3DS graphics. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, I guess you were rightly bummed to see if Diamond and Pearl turns out to just be a DS port.
Probably my favorite remakes of Pokemon was the Gold and Silver one.
Yeah.
The what did they call it?
Gold.
Heart Gold,
Heart
Soul
Gold,
Silver.
So yeah, that's probably my favorite remake.
Yeah.
Because when you compare it, like between the Pokemon Gold and Silver to Pokemon Heart Gold and Silver, it's like they really like made it. They really like polished it. Like they like added more colors to it. They added more like they added some. I think they also added that legendary Pokemon thing. Um,
Yeah,
like
the old ruins where you can go and get Giratina, Dialga, Palkia.
yeah. And I remember also, believe they changed I believe there used to be like a casino game in Gold and Silver. Well, the same casino game like in the yellow, red, and green. But this one was like instead of the slot machine thing, which was like pure RNG, they made it something like they made like an actual game that I actually liked about it. It's the one with the Voltorb thing where you like it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a Minesweeper. Yeah, I'd say it's kind of like Minesweeper game. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's like in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I don't know if I fully remember that. It's been
There's
a while
like
since I've played it.
there's like a little mini game called called Voltorb something.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they had like lots of spin-offs too. Pokemon Pinball, their own version of, you know.
Oh yeah, and one thing in that a mini game is that you don't lose coins in that mini game. You just keep gaining it. So that was the one another thing. Like unlike the slot machines in the old games, where you had to basically do it 500 times until you get Porygon.
I think it's because of pachinko.
And yeah,
Seeming more
because-
like gambling.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why they took it out, because it was advertising gambling to kids.
Well, that and it was way too fucking RNG.
So,
Yeah, like real gambling. That's fun.
yeah, Pokemon had a bit of controversy on it, but that just kind of got resolved. Either way, so the big game that everybody was looking forward to. Okay, there's two. One of them, of course, was Legends Arceus.
Arceus.
Yes, yeah.
Arceus.
Yeah, but it's like I saw the trailer, and wow, it's like Pokemon finally got its own fully fledged RPG thing because you're like sneaking through the grass and such.
Oh, yeah, it's a fully all open world Pokemon game, the first one. It's got to.
This is actually a fully open Pokemon World game, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's basically what they tried to do with the wild area on Sword and Shield, but the whole game is that.
Right. So basically, if you take Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and put Pokemon in it like that.
Right.
That's what everyone was comparing it to. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think let's have a look at some of the screens. Most definitely, you know.
There was actually one of the memes about comparing Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild landscape and Pokemon Legends landscape. They're like, are they copying the two games?
Yeah, like they just basically reversing it and you know, like they do with the Far Cry games. Like they just like when they have like the mini thing and yeah, it's derivative. Still,
Yeah.
Wait, am I reading this right? It says curiously, players won't have to enter a battle in order to catch Pokemon. What?
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Man, that reminds me of one of those fan-made Pokemon games where one of the ways you could catch Pokemon is you threw a shit ton of balls of Pokeballs at it. Like I don't know if that game was like an alpha or something, but basically like you had like a bunch of Pokemons walking around the grass, and what you did is you basically threw like tens and hundreds of balls at them until you catch them. I think that game was in pre-alpha or something. Of course, it probably got taken down by Nintendo.
But yeah, most likely.
yeah, but they've made a lot of interesting design choices too. They put it back in time in like I guess it's kind of
Before Sinnoh was Sinnoh.
Yeah, and it's kind of like how Diamond and Pearl was all like connected all together. Why they're doing this? But yeah, and then the starting Pokemon that we get, the 2nd, 5th, and 7th gen starters.
Yeah.
Interesting design choice. And yeah, like
Oh, it looks cool.
it most definitely does look. It's graphically cool. Like I like it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there was one issue I had with it in the trailer though, is it showed a Rhyhorn blue. Rhyhorn has never been that bright blue.
Right?
Even its shiny form. Its shiny form is bright yellow, not even bright blue. So where the hell did they get the bright blue from?
Filtering.
Mm,
Don't know. Game Freak might answer some questions about that.
but I mean, I think it's an interesting way that could pave the way for some more open world Pokemon games because it's Legends Arceus. It's literally how the Legend of Arceus became a legend, and what set up the whole region of Sinnoh. And they could do this for any other region going forward, and that would be really interesting to see.
Wasn't the lore of Pokemon was that the Arceus was the first Pokemon that he created other Pokemon?
I thought it was, like,
it started
basically
out
God.
originally as Mew, but yeah, it started out originally as Mew, but then as soon as they got to Sinnoh, basically Arceus is God. He is the God Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
With the current release of the remakes,
I think
I'm
it said
somewhat annoyed at them, to be honest.
said the Diamond and Pearl was supposed to come later this year, and then Legends Arceus was early next year.
Yeah, so around,
that's actually really off. Then I thought that. Damn.
No, what you thought it was gonna release next day? After
No, I thought it was going to
That's-
release in maybe 3 or 4 months.
now, even in the article, it says like they don't know how early is early 2022. That's when they're saying they're going to release it.
Yeah.
But like, how early is that though? Is it December? Oh, not December. That would be late. Like January.
Is it the final month?
yeah, no.
Or if they make it another lockdown, they're probably gonna delay it for a while.
We'll see. Japan's gonna get through stuff, as we know.
Hmm.
But there's another game, of course, that everybody who has has that sort of nostalgia wants as well. It's the new Pokemon Snap.
Oh yes, I forgot about this one actually.
Yeah,
This-
I played it a few times in the shops, like literally when they had
Was
the
this-
Nintendo 64 on the
Yeah,
Oh.
was it?
So about that, the original one, I have some of the cards that you used to be able to use, where you could put them into the game somehow with an attachment, copy over the information, and then you could go to a booth and then print the photos out.
Oh, that's cool.
But I never saw the booth myself, so I don't know if it's true or not. But I've got these Pokemon cards. They look like the old phone recharge, the old prepaid cards for payphones.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
got the SIM chip. So whether or not that existed, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think what they're trying to do here, like, what do you think they're trying to do here with the new Pokemon Snap? Is it that they just I know it's to refill their nostalgia itch.
Yeah, it's like a tickle your nostalgia, give you just a little filler of Pokemon things, just as a sideline game for them to get a bit more money.
Man, you guys remember? Like I remember reading this in those magazines, but there was like Pokemon Arena type game on Nintendo.
Coliseum and XD.
Yeah.
I love them. I've still got Coliseum.
I
Was
mean,
that
the
like-
original one before that though was Pokemon Stadiums 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I even I never had a Nintendo 64, but I ended up buying like one of the strategy guide for it, and I just stared at it for hours.
Oh, I'm gonna be able to do this. Wait, what?
Wait, I don't have a Nintendo 64 first. Oh shit.
Oh damn it!
Yeah.
I know all the things, but what do I do?
Nintendo
And then,
60, Nintendo 64 was definitely one of those consoles where like most kids would own PlayStation,
yeah.
but some kids would own Nintendo 64, and almost nobody owned Saturn.
What's a Saturn?
Sega.
It's Sega.
Oh, Sega. Okay.
I mean, still.
That explains it. The way that you haven't heard about Saturn is basically basically there wasn't anyone in my neighborhood that owned Saturn. Like pretty much never even heard of Saturn until
Not
like
yeah.
way later.
And then
Me
just
neither.
from obscurity, yeah.
The
But,
Nintendo
yeah.
64, there were some kids. Most kids owned PlayStation, but there were some kids that owned Nintendo 64.
But yeah. Overall, though, you look at Pokemon Snap, though, like it's.
I'll
it
be
looks really
honest.
cool now, graphically.
I'm debating about whether or not to get this Pokemon Snap. I still don't have the original one. Although I did play it at one point, but I can't remember where and why.
So
That
it would
depends
be
on
an
how,
Oh,
interesting
that's a
thing.
cute one.
Bidoof, the
that,
most
that
useless one.
depends. That depends how pricey Nintendo's gonna make it. If it's gonna put like season passes and all that on that.
Oh,
on
it's going to be a Switch game, so you can guarantee it's going to be a bit pricey.
Yeah, with season passes and DLCs and all that.
Yeah.
Well, even then, they might not release any DLC for it. It's just Switch games are a bit skyrocketed. Even if they're not worth it, they're clearly not worth it. They'll still skyrocket just because it's for Switch.
Scalping the consoles
Yeah.
and the games.
All right. So I guess that's that. For Pokemon's 25th. There's we're still on this wild ride, and there's a lot more stuff, great stuff coming for Pokemon. I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, next stage, Pokemon VR. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
One day. But
Well,
that's the
one
next
day.
thing. Anyway, so one other item on the show. Oh, actually, before that, live comment Inu. I wonder if there's a purple squirrel Pokemon that will get snapped in some sort of cave in a tree during the new game.
Maybe that'd be funny.
Hey Jolt, I found you.
Yeah.
I mean, what? There's like 1,000 Pokemon or something.
There are a few
Um,
squirrel Pokemon that you could give a
800
purple
odd.
texture to.
Yeah, heck, even Pikachu is a squirrel. That it took even the designer 20 years to admit to that.
Wait, wasn't Pikachu a mouse?
Yeah.
Well, and then 20 years later, the creator admitted he's a squirrel. Anyway,
I mean, they're
Okay.
all rodents, so.
Well, yeah.
I thought they were like cats. A lot of them were very
What?
cat-
Jesus Christ.
Squirrels? No, dude.
Yeah,
squirrels
like a
are
lot of
rodents.
Pokemon have like cat features, kind of.
Oh, do you mean that? Oh, no. Pikachus are basically inspired by mice.
No. Originally, Pikachu was a squirrel. But to make it seem cuter, they changed it and said, oh, no, it's a mouse, despite the tail clearly being that from a squirrel and not a bloody, like, little tiny
Wait,
rodent
wasn't there a Pokemon that actually looked like a squirrel?
thing. Yeah, there's a few.
Well, yeah, there's a few, yeah.
Pachirisu.
Yeah,
Make that
Pachirisu.
look like John.
The Squirvet from Sword and Shield. That's a new one that's come out. That's a squirrel one.
Yeah. But I guess I must throw in a shameless plug because I know exactly what Inu is referencing.
Yeah.
He's referencing my latest adventure.
I guess the next one will. Oh, yeah, back to the termite mound, was it?
It's fun. But my favorite picture, of course, was this tree.
Oh yeah. Very
Quickly, throw your balls at him.
Oh, well, when you showed me this picture, I already told you that it's a squirrel in a natural habitat.
Ah, very
have
much
been
so.
snapped.
The only thing is they're not native to Australia.
It's in the
So hold
wild,
on,
though. I
let me
mean,
get this.
But Jolt is.
but you can at least convince everybody who's out there in the woods. It's a local wildlife.
Wait,
Actually,
Are there
Yeah,
technically,
if
you're,
all these
Are there-
fucking bugs
you're
and
not
shit are
native
bigger in
to
Australia.
Australia.
That's a fucking Australian squirrel.
are there squirrels in Australia?
But yeah, you're looking at one.
No, I mean
Yeah.
the
I'm
tiny
sure.
ones.
I'm sure
Oh,
you
no,
just don't see it commonly.
You don't get tiny in Australia. You've seen the fucking spiders. That
Anyway.
is a natural squirrel.
All right. So let's move on. Next item. This
Oh,
is
this is gonna
upsetting.
be
This
a
is going to be
surprise to me.
heartbreaking. Lola Bunny, what have they done to you, my girl?
I dread to know. I dread to find out.
Right. So this is very recent. New legacy, new Lola. Why Space Jam wanted to do better by one tune. The puns. Okay.
Well, yeah, do better. They wanted to do better. Okay. No, they ruined it. That's what they did.
Okay. Yeah, they did. And then remember, Lola's design was so iconic the first go around. And
Yeah,
wow,
I mean,
look at
that
this. Let's
was a lot of
see this.
people's first introduction.
Lola is what actually turned those kids into furries.
Yes.
Now,
yes,
there
yes.
were other characters of similar kind of thing that turned people into furries. I mean, shit, there's like Bugs Bunny going all the way back to the
the
cartoons.
90s was the period, people were, slowly starting getting to grow. It's rapid growth in furry to some degree. But here's the part that I'm flummoxed about. When Space Jam a new legacy director Malcolm D. Lee finally watched Space Jam for the first time in 2019. Okay, yeah. Part of me wants to say, yeah, no. This is disconnected. It's like Lola Bunny was very sexualized, like Betty Boop mixed with Jessica Rabbit.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was the whole point. I mean, come on. He says the character who is called Hot by Tweety and
Yeah.
all the Toonies.
And the
And the
heartthrob of the Who
heartthrob.
in the original movie.
Yeah.
And then like the guy Malcolm D. Lee says, Lola was not politically correct. This is a kids
Jesus.
movie. Why is she the crop top?
Oh my
Well,
god,
are
you're
you
It's
kidding
not
me.
kidding?
necessary, but at the same time, there's a long history of that in cartoons.
Lola was
Man.
not politically correct. Oh lord.
Man,
Where are we?
It's
society?
like making attractive characters in a cartoon now not politically correct. Have we felt so much now? Like what's next? Are they gonna censor Who Framed Roger Rabbit's wife, Jessica Rabbit?
Yep.
What
That's
they're
coming
gonna
next.
they're gonna shrink her to from memories to a plank. Oh no, these are too sexualized. We can't.
What is up with this week? First, Dr. Zeus is racist. Now you can't look good as a cartoon character. It's insensitive.
Yeah.
Look,
You know,
I mean,
and you know.
Is it because
supposedly-
if little girls when little girls watch the cartoons, they might feel insecure because Lola
like
is
Lola
like,
Bunny's actually, has the petite figure,
yeah,
the
yeah,
petite ideal figure, and all that.
It's kind of like with the Barbie dolls. There was always this controversy with the Barbie dolls because Barbie dolls look like they look like a perfect ideal type of girl, and it might cause girls to lose their confidence in them. Was that?
Oh, please. That's just some fake woke nonsense. And no one is looking at Lola Bunny and getting offended. If anything, they're probably getting turned on.
The only people who are getting offended are people who never even watched that cartoon in the first place.
Oh,
People
Jesus
don't
Christ.
even care.
Yeah. I mean, oh god, here's the next one. This is 2021.
This is 2021. We have to make everything offensive.
Yeah, you can't be skinny.
Hold on,
Eat
hold
some
on.
cake.
Whoa! What if Lola Bunny was about, say, 160 kilos?
Had more rolls than a pastry shop.
You mean like fat and proud?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like
Yeah.
that blue buzz cut hair, couple piercings.
Gotta give her diabetes and all that. Gotta actually send a message. Hey kids,
All right.
don't try
Yeah.
to look attractive when you grow up. Instead, be fucking
Okay, so
morbidly
here's the thing.
obese.
All right, so let's talk about the design intent of this one. So we reworked a lot of things, not only her look, but making sure she had an appropriate length on her shorts and was feminine without being objectified. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
I mean, when girls they like do makeup and stuff because they they teach it from their mom, who usually like does it. So like I don't know like what's up with women in cartoons, especially like Space Jam with Lola. Like what is up with like them being like attractive so that so what? So that when a girl sees how Lola is attractive, she'll think that she's ugly herself, and it will cause her to have a low self-esteem or something.
And I don't
don't
know,
know.
like they made her less attractive. And I was gonna say earlier, like, you know what month this is? Supposedly it's Women's History Month, right? And they made her like less feminine. Oh my
And
god!
instead of like embracing femininity in the Women's History Month, to make it what makes women women, let's turn them more masculine, because
exactly,
with the
like,
way
it's
sh-
totally bonkers. They
Just
got
give
rid
her
of
a beard.
with the way shit's
Sorry,
going
I was going to
currently,
say that.
women are losing a lot of ground, and this is only just exacerbating the whole thing.
Yeah, they're
And
losing.
it's wrong. It is
Right.
just wrong.
Right. I agree.
You know, did anyone see Zootopia, for crying out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was the famous singer in there who, like, did the theme song?
Yeah,
Shakira.
Shakira.
Yeah, that's the one.
She wanted her character to look like that.
Yeah, didn't she demand it? Otherwise,
And the-
she said she wouldn't do the role.
And the cast made it clear
Yeah.
that, no, we don't want that. We want to have someone normal looking.
Yeah, well, it's
You
not
know
a thing when now you got like a really thin, petite Shakira, all that, surrounded by a bunch of,
Shakira was always
Shakira's
like
a freaking model, man.
yeah, I mean she always like cared about her looks, the way she dances, the way she moves those hips, like
Yes, my hips don't lie.
but like I don't know, like when you want like back in 2005 when Shakira made that, like people were enjoying it and all that, and girls were and like teen girls were looking up to Shakira, and nowadays like people watch that same clip and are like, oh my god, this is problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too skinny.
Yeah.
Wait, so
first off,
they're
and
saying
she's
here
being
that they
way too
reworked her
sexualized.
image to make her not be objectified as much. First of all,
Right,
it's a cartoon
and here's
character,
where
no
we're gonna
one is
get to the
objectifying it.
and now here's where we're gonna get to the part. Brace yourselves because we're gonna see the new Lola's design. 3, 2, 1, there. There's
Oh,
one.
I was looking at the dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but my eyes are going to the black eye.
Yeah,
I was thinking, fucking hell, that was quite a design change.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that
Why is she so small? What?
they could. I mean, I'm semi grateful that they didn't make Lola and 100% live action like last time. Still,
Oh, this is
And
upsetting.
the next one, they're just going to do what they did with the live action Lion King. They say, "Oh look at this real rabbit. It's Lola."
Well, one thing about this remake that I will say is I guarantee you it's not going to turn a single person into a furry.
all right,
It's going
yeah,
to be forgettable.
all right, all right. Let's do compare or contrast then. All right,
Yeah.
original.
The original one has a more I can always notice it with like her the original one has a more of an eyeliner and all that, like the eyelashes, sorry.
Correct.
And
it's more very, very pronounced, very feminine, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And besides, like in the actual cartoon, Lola wasn't just like, a damsel in distress. Dude, she actually there's I remember that there was a bunch of moments where she actually like saved the game.
Yeah,
So
she's
she
like the
wasn't
best player on the team.
she wasn't just like a regular like, what feminists call like damsel in distress, kind of like generic weak female. Like, dude, she was, if anything, she was one of the strongest characters in there.
yeah. And
Man,
here's the thing, though. You must admit, though, the original Lola definitely has to have been a lot of people's first crush.
oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
For sure.
I mean,
I-
yeah.
I might be
Apart
the one
from-
going to say not man enough.
Strict emphasis on the original.
Well, apart from, I mean, there's also other ones like the Jessica Rabbit, Miss Bellum, and all those.
Don't forget about Shark Tales.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Bellum. She was great.
Oh my goodness, guys!
And yeah,
I
out of
think
all
the Twitter
characters,
thing
she
has
was one of the
gone
most
so
competent.
it's gone so much ablaze. You need to, let's have a look.
It's at
At
this
this.
point you could
Yeah.
type a letter in a Twitter feed, in a Twitter post, and people would just literally go to a shitstorm of a frenzy.
And
Yeah.
what's
What
wrong
letter?
with calling her hot?
Imagine-
I mean, who's offended by that?
Imagine tweeting. I think women looked better in the '90s than they do now. You'd get like blast. Like, there's so many angry comments.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
No, because women in the '90s look sexist. They look like sex objects.
Yeah.
Women
That's
now
why
look empowering.
you can never tell your girlfriend or your wife that she looks beautiful because it's so sexist and offensive to all the other women that you're not saying look beautiful.
Yeah, they call
No,
that
it's like
beauty
when
privilege.
it's like when you that eternal question. You tell them that you look beautiful. They're like, "Oh, are you just telling me that because you want me to make me feel better or something?" Like, that age-old thing. Like, you can't really appeal to appease women, and that's what's happening right now. Like, even like in 20. Actually, are Barbie dolls still being produced?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, they tried
they'll be
doing-
next to go then.
Actually, they did make a chubby Barbie doll.
Wait,
Like-
really?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they
the-
made like an anatomically correct Barbie, and it was like their worst selling product.
And it
Oh
was
my
like a
fucking
chubby
God.
Barbie doll. It was actually a fat Barbie.
Yeah, it looked weird.
Barbie's dream McDonald's.
Why
Barbie
can't they go
McDonald's.
back? Why can't they go back to when they were making gay Ken?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Ken dolls with no penis.
No. They actually made a gay Ken with a pacifier around his. No, sorry, it was a ring around his neck.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it was a
Wait,
cock
what?
ring, and they didn't know what they were doing.
Oh my fucking god.
What the hell?
Seriously, a very
Yeah, you can make gay Ken even without making like a special gay. Just get a Ken, get another Ken, make them kiss. There you go. You made a gay Ken.
Well, didn't Toy Story 3 make fun of that? Like in the
Yeah.
dream house?
I'm
think
kind
it's-
of curious with the Lola Bunny why they didn't turn around and make her out to look like a sports athlete. Because
That's a good
that is a
question.
thing.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is an actual thing of in women's sports that they do have more muscular built.
Oh god.
Yeah, they made her look tiny and cartoonish.
Why can't
Yeah.
they make?
Even women's sports are now getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a whole
that's-
nother can of worms.
It is another can of worms, definitely. And yeah, one point where I said I was literally gonna Pash Lola Bunny, which is to really just kiss Lola Bunny, I'm gonna re-emphasize that. Yes, I only want to kiss the old classic Lola Bunny. Legit. On the new one.
But legit, I don't understand. What is it so wrong to make an attractive looking?
Yeah.
Okay, is it
don't
is it because like the feminists are like offended because if you make like an attractive looking cartoon that the boys will have bigger standards for women, so they won't date like chubby fatties.
I can't. Like,
Okay,
you don't
so
have
no one's
little
getting
bunny
laid then.
ears. Ugh, I can't.
Oh no, chubby fatties are not getting laid.
Gosh. I'm actually, out of preservation's sake, I want to buy the classic Space Jam DVD.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, before that gets cancelled too.
Yeah. Before I can't see the whole sexy Lola.
I can
Not allowed
send
to
you.
watch it. She's not eating enough McDonald's and cake.
I can send you a VHS, and if I find it in my parents' attic,
I'll see
all
what
the
happens.
VHS.
But yeah, jeez, what have they done to you? What have they done to you?
Oh, Jolt, do you want to show that picture I sent you on Telegram?
Yeah, give me 1 second because now, all right. Yes, they have been. The memes about the Lola redesign are lit. I must say.
Oh
Here
my
you
god,
go.
they're awesome.
Congratulations on your tough surgery, BB.
Yeah, you were just saying earlier. They're ruining sports.
Oh,
Yep.
fucking hell.
Here we go. Oh my god.
Yeah,
You know that
It's
part
Lolo
where
now.
you know what was that? You know that part where Lola kisses Bugs Bunny while he was like down or something.
No, yeah, he was like oogling her, and then
Yeah. That was my favorite part as a kid. When Lola actually kisses.
I kind of like the part where he turns into like a stiff board, which is very implicative. You remember that? Oh my god. That was amazing.
It's kind of. I mean, it's kind of sad that they don't do jokes like those anymore. They even the old cartoon network cartoons had jokes like that, or like those hidden adult jokes.
Yeah, like it was goofy and whatever, but like, the adults could.
Well,
Still
yeah,
get
'cause
it, of course.
They needed something there for the adults to at least get a bit of joy out of, because they were the ones stuck having to watch it while the kids are watching it.
The kids were like, ha ha, ha, and then the adults were like, oh.
Yeah. But then now it's those kids that are the adults now saying, oh no, that was wrong, we shouldn't have put that in there, you can't have that anymore.
But
We're not allowed to enjoy things.
But the great part about it is that only adults were the one who got it, while the kids, they just, kind of loved it off as a joke,
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay. So, just that. I guess that is that though. What do you think so far? Just give them get yourself like the old like you should honestly see how one man had like this collection of impressive Lolas.
Oh, God.
Yeah, are you gonna do that just so you can still have old Lola? Because old Lola's sticking around.
Oh yeah, exactly. All the fan art and whatnot.
Oh yeah, look at this man's in an old Lola plush collection.
What in the fuck?
And this.
Jesus Christ!
Oh man, someone's been nuts.
Vera, what have you been up to?
What? How big are those life-sized?
Oh
That's
my
a life-size
Jesus
cutout.
Christ.
A life.
Oh, there's a sex doll somewhere over there.
Probably most of them.
See, that's what the room of a serial killer looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait,
Lola
what?
Bunny dolls.
Isn't this how a furry's room looks like?
Hey, if only I had like those life-size plush toys, a mannequin, a life-size cardboard cutout, and some 3D
Jesus
printed
Christ.
figures. Well,
Okay, all
When
right.
we wouldn't be seeing Jolt for quite some time.
Oh God.
oh, and let's not forget the collection of and the darkies.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So there you go.
Am I the
Anyway,
only one in this call currently not drooling over a fucking rabbit?
No, I'm laughing my ass off, to be honest.
You know, Lola's had quite a few like design changes over the years. Like there's this animated TV show that came out a few years ago, like on I think it was Cartoon Network. But Space Jam is the most popular and most well-known one.
yeah,
for
that's when she
obvious
was
reasons.
introduced, obviously.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
And everything else is kind of just a knockoff of that.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that's all the time we've got. Wow. Like I told you, three crazy stories, three crazy topics, and it just dialed up to 11. What can I say? What can I say? So
Man.
let's wrap up. Who wants to start?
Melgos?
No, I'll be the last one.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that for a change then. Let's type here.
Well, it's definitely interesting for sure. I can't believe that last image. Jesus Christ. But I think the thing I'm mainly the strongest about is the Pokemon stuff.
Most
Yes,
definitely.
it's not as graphical as people want it to be, but it's still the game they wanted on Switch. You're still going to buy it and you're still going to play it. So what's the point in complaining constantly when you know you're going to buy it? It's can't believe this. Like, it's not how I want it. It should look like Sword and Shield. You're still going to buy it anyway. You're still going to buy it.
Oh,
I'm
I
actually
can't
debating
believe-
that myself.
I can't believe how bad it looks. Oh, here, Nintendo, here, have my money.
Yeah, boycott Game Freak, but I'll have a copy of each of them.
Nostalgia is a pain, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to the Legends Arceus the most because it's a fully open world thing, and I can't wait to see where they go with Pokemon like that in the future.
Yeah, Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw the thing where it's like, because the Diamond and Pearl remaster looks similar to the older Legends of Zelda games, and Legends Arceus looks like the newer ones. The meme said, "Do you want the Pokemon that looks like Zelda, or the Pokemon that looks like Zelda?"
Really big thinking. Really big thinking. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'll take both. All right. Still, yeah. Anyway, who's next, Noble?
Well, I just can't wait to see what happens next week. Maybe it'll be a little blue.
Yeah, I think
Yay!
that's a good teaser as any. We'll see you find out. Malagos. Actually, no, you're
What?
going last, right? Avira.
Wow. Okay. A lot of stuff happened this week. Things escalated rather quickly. Rest in peace, Dr. Seuss. And Lola. I'm so sad. No, it's not really
Yeah.
a big deal. It's
Nah,
just weird.
Lola's not dead. She's
okay,
always
this
going
is
to be in
pretty
our
fun.
hearts.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, Malagos, your turn.
Well, I mean, to me, like Lola Bunny was probably the first introduction in the first sort of introduction in the furry fandom. Even though like I started to really get into furry fandom during my WoW days, but I think like Lola was like kind of like introduction into me. And to be honest, like I know that like back in kindergarten school, like everyone talked about Lola, and to be honest, like kids actually talked about how hot she was, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
So 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 you know, turning Lola into, I mean, Lola is kind of like Jessica Rabbit, like you know, the sex appeal is what makes her character was one of the key things of her character, and just removing that is like it's no longer Lola. It just it's not Lola anymore. It's just it's just some Chinese, well, not Chinese, probably like a bootleg.
A pale imitation.
Yeah, it's a bootleg Lola.
Yeah, made for the current era.
Yeah, well said.
All right. So, what a crazy week. Like I said, dialed up to 11. And just to wrap up, though, Dr. Seuss and Lola and the old Lola Bunny will always be in our hearts forever.
Yeah.
Always, because they have influenced a generation.
Well, that's something I think that we should do with the Dr. Seuss and stuff is
Yeah.
don't let them block it out. Anyone that is willing to actually show the support for what it should stay and be,
Actually,
vocalize it, tweet out about it, and everything that you can do. Don't let like stupid people in schools being like, "Oh no, you can't do this because it's slightly offensive."
Yeah,
just don't let them block it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. Be very careful about who will guard your literary or artistic legacy. Choose them very wisely. Otherwise, these will happen.
Yep.
Seuss gets cancelled and Lola becomes unsexy. Anyway, so enough of that. No. As always, thanks to all those who listened in. Hope you had a great, enjoyed this as much as we did making it, which is a lot. And as ever, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more later down the line. This is us saying farewell for the week. Till next time.
Laters.
Bye.
Bye.